how's it going? I am Jenny.
Gaby.
And today we are going to be doing some A's to your Q's. We posted a video, actually we posted 4 videos about the Tea Party scene from the show.
Arcane.
And we had, on the final video of that series, a couple of questions come in. And so we wanted to take a little bit of time to answer those questions. So, do you want me to read them, or do you want to read them?
So, this one's interesting. This one's from Raven Black, and she asks, who do you think built Savika's arm?
Yeah, thanks for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Savika's arm. There's a few things that I have to contribute to this idea.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing is that Savika isn't the only one with tech built into her.
That's true.
You see the boy who Jace killed in his fight in the Undercity, his mom, she has like all kinds of tubes and stuff.
Yeah, she does.
And then I forgot the other guy's name with the jaw. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking
about. It's like a gold Finn?
Finn, it is Finn.
Finn. His jaw is like golden looking, might be brass. So it does seem like kind of common for people in the Undercity to have some kind of like tech built into them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep going, or do you have anything to add?
Are we talking about who built it yet?
Well, the fact is that, like I said, I think it's pretty common. So I think there might be, like, multiple people who do that kind of work. Or maybe, like, doctors, when there's, like, something wrong with the person, instead of using things that are more, like bionic, is that the word?
Yeah, bionic pots.
Bionic, then they would instead use things that were more mechanical. Especially because it's kind of a steampunk style.
Definitely.
So I think that, like, there could be people who specialize in that kind of work. Yeah.
There very well could be, but I will say the difference between Savika's arm, though, is it's powered by Shima.
Yeah. So you had a theory about that.
Yeah, I believe it's singed.
Yeah.
Because he was a pupil of Heimerdinger, and he no longer is one, obviously, and he's very familiar with... What?
I'm just laughing about it. Like, he no longer is, obviously.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like, he's like with Silco from Act 1.
Yeah. He turns out in season 2, he comes back.
I'm back, Heimerdinger. Let me come assist you.
I know, right? And obviously he is the reason that Shima is Shimmer, as we saw with, what is that creature called?
It's like he calls the creature like Joanna or something.
No, the actual
But it's like
creature.
A massive axolotl.
Axolotl, yeah.
Is what it looks like.
And that's obviously how Shimmer was from that. That was its base form. And so I could definitely see...
like the flowers that they were feeding.
I could definitely see Rio.
Rio! Okay.
Rio!
Okay.
Too soon. But I could definitely see that Singe had something to do with it. You know, as I agree that people have augmented, but I haven't seen anyone else I can think of that also has Shimmer augmented body pots.
Yeah. The other person that I want to mention, like, who we know that, like, Savika and she hate each other, but is Jinx, who's nearby.
True.
She's a tinkerer.
She could have, too.
I think that it's possible.
Wouldn't that be so interesting?
That she, like, if not built it, maybe worked on it, maybe helped with developing it.
She could have.
It's really hard to say.
It would be so interesting, though, if she is the one that created the arm, and then Singe just put in, like, the canister with the Shimmer.
Yeah.
It could have been, they both could have worked on it together.
But her arm looks freaking awesome, and it does
really
lethal stuff.
Oh, goodness, yeah. Well, I mean, her arm got completely obliterated. You know, we saw it, like, whoosh, just, like, completely get evaporated off her body.
Yeah.
You know, because Savika is just how she is with the cause.
Right.
I don't know if she'll... Now that her arm, though, is really been ripped by Vi, is she gonna get an upgrade?
Oh, that's true. And now that she knows what Vi's capabilities are, she might get something put in that's even higher level.
Because she had her fight with Vi initially, and Vi would have definitely won if she didn't get distracted by her sister. I don't know if Savika had her blade yet in her arm, but when they had the second fight, then she had her Shima blade.
That's true.
So, yeah, that was ridiculous, actually. Yeah. When I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
I would like to see. And let's say season 2, Jinx and Savika do work together. Let's say maybe Jinx would help her with her new arm.
That's true. I mean, they can't stand each other. And, like, Savika doesn't know this, but Jinx is the one who shot Silco, who Savika was, like, his right hand woman. So I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what plays out between the two of them. Yeah, lots more to say about that. And I think that we could go down a very long rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's gonna happen for season 2?
Yeah,
with Silco?
but we know
not Silco, with Jinx and Savika and Silco's death.
Yeah, and I really think because of what happened with Silco, I honestly think there's going to be more light shown on Savika. Because we really didn't see a lot of her, but I still do consider her a main character. Yeah. She's the only one that we did not get a backstory on. So my thing is that she might end up getting some backstory in season 2.
Could be.
But we'll have to see. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with her new
As far as I know, she's not a character in League. She's not a champion.
From my understanding, she's not.
Yeah, because I haven't seen anyone show her as a champion, which might mean that she's expendable.
I mean, there's a lot of Savika fans.
Yeah, it's like that meme. I don't. We'll have to find it to show you all. But there's like that meme of like lesbians defending Savika because Savika's hot. Like she's a baddie. Like I'm not on her team or her side. In every like reaction video we do between the two of them, I'm always like, yeah, go Vi, but that's really hot. But yeah, go. So anyway, like lesbians defending Savika.
Oh yeah.
We should get like a shirt. Lesbians defending in defense of Savika. Lesbian Savika Defense Squad.
I mean, it's true though. A lot of lesbians really do defend Savika. Savika did no wrong. Smashes Vi, so that's okay. She'll be fine.
I saw some people saying like it took them a while to come to terms with the fact that they saw Savika was hot. They're like, yeah, I don't like support her, but like she's hot though.
She's such an interesting character though because we don't have any backstory about her, and there's just so many layers there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting off topic. But we will definitely have to make a Savika analyst,
or like a Savika and Jinx maybe like
something.
So let us know what you all want to see.
Yeah.
Whether you want us to do, we'll probably do all of these over time. But like Savika, just like talking about Savika. Whether you want to see us talking about Savika and Jinx and the power play that is to come after everything that completed season 1.
Because we know she's still alive.
Yeah.
Trying to get that Zippo lighter to work. Thin Zippo lighter.
With one hand.
I'm
like, she's making it work. She's making it work.
She is.
Yeah. So you can read the full next question if you're up for that.
Okay, so this next one is by Rachel Sullivan.
Yeah.
And she says, should I read the whole thing or just the question?
Yeah, go ahead and read the whole thing.
So she says, I'm not sad about Silco's death.
Same,
most people are not.
Yeah.
Some are. But I am sad for Jinx. I am sad for Jinx too. This is the third father figure she's lost, and now she feels like she's lost her sister too.
You could kind of argue that Vi's also a father figure.
You could.
I feel like she's like a parental figure, because once her parents weren't around, like you saw Vi like being Jinx's, or Powder's at the time, primary caretaker. Like, she and Vander don't really interact. Like, Vander is very much a mentor to Vi, who then is a mentor to Powder.
Yeah, to be honest, the only time I really see Vander and Powder interact is when he's serving her a drink before he realizes that she's got the bunny, and then he's like, oh crap, I need to go after Vi.
And so that scene is like still more about Vi
than
it is about
her. But
her.
that's interesting though. Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
Let's see here. And now she feels that she's lost her sister too. The moment she fired that rocket, Jinx was completely and utterly alone. So true. Yeah. Also, do you guys think that Caitlyn's mother will die or not?
And we did answer this question, well, like what we think.
Yeah.
At the end of our video we made about Caitlyn's mom, because we made that video after the one where she asked this question. But there's more to the question, and so we wanted to answer it now.
So before we get to that second part, though, I'm still in the camp that she will not die.
Okay.
How do you feel?
I used to be on the camp that she will not die.
Oh!
I used to be.
Oh no!
Now I'm somewhere in the middle. Here's the reason why, and we did a reaction to the trailer for season 2, like this like short trailer, and Caitlyn sounded so emotional and so distraught. I mean, it could be her mom's hurt. It could be that she was in fear of her mom getting hurt. It could be all of those things. But when I heard how distraught Caitlyn sounded, I started to think a little bit differently about the situation. I do think, though, that I don't think everyone's going to die. And there's a whole, and we keep meaning to talk about this, we'll have to talk about Mel's armor. And then there's the fact that Jace and Victor are both League characters. And so I really think that they're, if anything, that they're going to live through this. And that you see Victor, like, with all kinds of added
augmenting his body.
Augmentations, yeah. So in League, he has a lot more augmentations on him. So I think that, could that be as a result of this accident? Maybe. Yeah, so I do think that at least the two of them will survive. I think it's possible that Caitlin's mom could survive, but just hearing that really emotional voice come out of Caitlin, I was just like... And the other thing that's a question here is the fact that in League lore, it's different.
It is very
Caitlin's
different.
backstory is different than what they did in Arcane.
It's true.
So in that, Caitlin's parents were taken hostage.
By sea.
Yeah, by sea. But the fact is that, like, people already know how that story ends. So I think that that's why they didn't stick with that story for Arcane. And so if they wanted to go down that road, then they would have to have Caitlin's mom alive, though. Because some of those things could still happen.
Yeah,
could
that's true.
Her parents still be taken hostage? Yes. I do think it's very likely that the vigilante side will come to pass. Where Caitlin becomes a vigilante because C takes her parents. I think that she's going to become a vigilante, in my opinion.
She's going to become a vigilante regardless because she's no longer an enforcer.
Yeah. Like, but the fact is that Marcus is no longer.
Yeah.
He was a sheriff.
Yeah.
And we expect that Caitlin's going to eventually become the sheriff. So that role is open.
Yeah.
So it could be that Caitlin steps in as the sheriff. I don't think that that's going to happen for a while.
Yeah.
My opinion is that they're going to make her kind of work for it. And also, like, in League, the story is that Caitlin becomes a vigilante, and they keep asking her to be sheriff. They want her to be sheriff. And it takes some convincing, right?
Yeah.
So I think that that is entirely likely. I think that she and Vi might team up and really, like, handle things, and people are gonna be really grateful to them and be like, dude, like, become our law enforcement. Like, so yeah, there's a lot that could happen with Caitlin. But yeah, if they want to go down that story of Caitlin's parents, I mean, they could do it with just her dad. But I think
Or
that...
Tobias.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about it, I agree, she's really emotional in that trailer, but one thing I don't think Riot is very obvious where they're going to go with the story. So once again, I've said this before, obvious is that Cassandra dies. Caitlin has, like, she's upset about everything like that, and that's why you're so upset. There's a lot of reasons why she could be upset in that trailer.
Yeah.
She does seem very emotional in that. And either Cassandra will die or Cassandra will get really hurt. But if she gets hurt, it's also a possibility that she could get hurt so badly that she still can't do her job anymore.
It's also possible that neither of those things will happen.
Yeah.
Which was honestly my original theory in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Went back after just looking at Arcane, I saw Jinx's kind of pattern. Like, she, with Chuck, gave him what looked like a grenade, put it on him. He's, like, freaking out. Well, it's not even his real name. She's like, you're doing great, Chuck. And it's not even his real name. But then it's just, like, a bunch of powder paint.
Yeah.
And then again, with the cupcake, where we think she slides over this cover of a dish and says, oh, I made your girlfriend a snack. And, like, starts to kind of lead people to think that it's going to be, like, something really bad, like a body part of Caitlin's or Caitlin's head on a platter. Like, it's like she is kind of like leading you to think that, and then it's just a cupcake. So I think that that's kind of her MO, is to freak people out and then be like, I'm not that crazy, and then, like, come in with something like that's, like, even more unexpected. So I think that it's super possible that this kind of missile is just a warning, is something silly, is something to prove what she's capable of. That was my initial expectation of what this was going to be. Yeah. But that trailer is what made me... You know what, though? A threat could do that to Caitlin, too. A threat.
A threat could. It could. There's a lot of things that could happen with that, but We'll have to do a video about just, like, what do we think will happen in season 2 in general?
I think, yeah, that's true.
Okay, and so the part we did not actually answer, though, well, somewhat we just did. If she does, as in if Cassandra does die, I'm curious to how it'll affect Kate and her relationship with Vi.
Okay, so, a lot to unpack here.
Oh, yeah.
And we did talk a tiny bit about this. We touched on this on the video that we made about our predictions for Vi and Kate. So if y'all haven't seen that yet, definitely check that out. Yeah, because we had someone else ask that question about what we expect for the two of them. And that was just in a general way, yeah. And we did kind of touch on this in that video. But yeah, we can talk a little bit more about specifically this. So, the first thing was Caitlyn. What was the very...
How will it affect Kate and her relationship with Vi?
Yeah, so Kate in general, obviously she's emotionally affected by whatever it is that happened.
Yeah, correct.
Because you see this in the trailer.
Oh yeah, her voice is just...
Yeah, and her history with Jinx is pretty freaking intense.
It is.
So the first time that she was attacked by Jinx was when she was hanging out with those other enforcers.
Yep.
And she was the one who spotted the fire.
Yeah, she was.
And they all, like, ran in to the fire and then ended up that Jinx had laid a trap. And she knew before because she had been, like, studying all of Jinx's crime scene before.
Detective Caitlyn.
Yeah, she's awesome. So then Jinx caused that explosion that hurt people. And then there was the bridge scene, actually, that came next, where Caitlyn ended up getting injured. That's the next time she was attacked by Jinx, right?
I don't think she was completely attacked, but when the sisters had their
How was she not attacked?
I'm talking about when they reunited the first time.
Oh, I was talking about the bridge scene.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the part when she, like, Jinx.
That was, like, an emotional surprise.
That was an emotional
She
attack.
was like, your sister's Jinx.
Your sister's Jinx. Yeah, and then she, like, aimed her minigun right at freaking Caitlyn.
Oh, did she?
Yeah,
In that one?
she did.
Oh
yeah, she didn't, like...
I didn't even think about
that.
that.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
she didn't fire
so
at
that's
her.
the next time that she was kind
like,
of threatened.
Attacked, but she threatened her.
She was threatened.
Yeah.
And then she was... And
then the bridge scene.
the bridge scene is when she actually directly sent all of these little things, you know, the little fire, like, fake... They're not fake, but they're mechanical.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they are fake, too. Decoys. Anyway, she sent those out and injured Caitlyn's leg. So her leg was injured because of Jinx. And then, of course, we all know what happened in the shower. So I think Caitlyn, and then in the very end, Caitlyn, she holds her own.
And that she like, smacked her with her gun.
Yeah, she holds her own. I freaking love that moment where she's like, drop the gun.
Oh, I love it.
She's like, so cool.
Yeah, because you don't get to see it, and I wish you kind of did, but when you see her take that little shot of glass and she's like undoes all her bindings and then she's got the minigun and she just does that, it's just like...
Yeah, you're like, Caitlyn's a freaking badass.
Yeah.
Watch our video on that. Caitlyn's a badass. Anyway, yes. So she's been through a lot. Jinx has put her through a lot. Vi was the reason that she... And honestly, like, Caitlyn, we don't ever see her, like, actually shoot to kill. She doesn't aim to kill. So I
even
think...
Savika, she
even
didn't.
Yeah, even with Savika. And Savika was, like, stabbing Vi. And even then, she didn't aim to kill.
Much like how Vi just beats them up until they can't walk.
Right, yeah. I think she has a lot of, like, a deep... sense of moral responsibility. And so I really don't think that she's gonna go after Jinx to try and kill her, even in spite of all that Jinx has done. I think that her aim, for sure, she's like, even if she's not with the enforcers, would still be to make some sort of arrest or like take her and bring her to the enforcers.
If she doesn't go alone, that is, because in the trailer she says, if I go after her alone, one of us end up in a box.
Yeah.
So that just...
But I think that even her saying that is like, it's gonna come to that.
Yeah.
It's not that she like, she's not the kind of person, it doesn't seem like, to want revenge.
No.
As much as she wants justice.
Yeah, she's very much uphold the justice.
So I think that this is going to affect her depending on what this is that happens to her mom. I think that it's going to, you know, ignite that sense of justice that she has within her, and it's gonna make her want to take Jinx in, really.
Yeah.
And see justice for Jinx's
I can definitely
crimes.
agree with that. And also, too, if it happens to her mom, if she ends up dying, though, that's going to be so bad. Like, she's going to have to deal with that, right? Like, you know, and her mom have got a bond, just like her and her dad. You get to see that, like, a little bit. But the emotional, like, just, if you have someone you care about and they die, like, that's going to be so traumatic. And the thing, too, and the thing about Caitlyn is she doesn't blame people for things, right? She just doesn't. I haven't seen her blame anyone for anything except when they got kidnapped by the Firelights, and she blamed Vi for that.
Yeah.
But some people were saying that, oh, well, obviously because Vi said not to kill her sister or shoot her sister, you know, she would put fault at Vi. I think she'd be upset with Vi, but I don't think she would blame Vi. I think Vi would blame herself, though.
Because, like, even, like, when they were laying in bed together and she's like, what happened to your sister? It's not your fault.
Exactly, this is why.
I think that she, like, sees the good in Vi, and I think that she would not be one to blame Vi for Jinx's actions. Because if you think about it, even though Vi said, like, what?
I think Caitlyn would blame herself.
I think so, too. Because even though Vi said, like, oh, but she's my sister, like, it was still Caitlyn's decision not to shoot Jinx and not to apprehend Jinx at that time.
I could see Caitlyn, like, just completely blaming herself, you know, for the reason that if her mom does die or gets really hurt or any of the above, honestly.
And Vi, too. And I think Vi would blame herself.
Oh, Vi definitely. Vi definitely.
Because she cares a lot about Caitlyn. And so to see Caitlyn, like, really hurt and sad, I think that she, especially with what Vander taught her growing up, that she's the one in charge of those people who are in her care, and she has to take responsibility for their actions for them. And that's how she feels. She doesn't have to. In my opinion, like, she takes on a lot more responsibility because than she needs to because of that.
Yeah, she shoulders a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's just how she is. Yeah. And, like, so, yeah, I would definitely see Vi just feeling terrible about what happened and blaming herself completely. But as you said, she doesn't have to. But she's very Vander-coded. Yeah. So she feels very responsible. As far as their relationship, I believe it could cause a rift.
I think so, too. And I kind of think, not because of Caitlyn. I don't think Caitlyn would want any kind of rift with Vi. But we've seen already Vi once walk away from Caitlyn, allegedly to protect her. And it seems like in the trailer, that's what she's trying to do again. That she's like, you know, only I, you know, I don't remember exactly what she said. We didn't watch that too long ago either. But she was like, kind of saying
no one else needs to get hurt.
No one else needs to get hurt. So she wanted to go take care of it herself. And so I could see her trying to leave Caitlyn behind. Again. Yeah. Because that's just her MO. That's what she did with Powder when she was little. Stay here, I'm gonna go handle it. And that's what she did when she broke up with Caitlyn. Stay here, forget about me, go on with your life.
It's also
and
her
she went to go.
Too.
That's how she is, yeah.
That's how she is. So a rift from Vi, for sure.
Yeah.
Caitlyn, no. But honestly, I would really, really hope, the worst case possible scenario, Cassandra dies, that Vi wouldn't just leave.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah. Me too.
Because Caitlyn's gonna need all the support in the world of her mom, especially put Tobias.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think other things cause rifts in their relationship too. Not specifically this, but when she finds out what happens to Grayson, when she finds out what happened when they were younger, and the reason the whole explosion happened with.
Yeah. So that is interesting fodder for some rift.
But yeah. Oh, don't die, Cassandra, please don't. I mean, I don't want them to, but they're so good at taking away the parents figures of the parents of the damn show. Yeah. If you look what happened to Jinx.
And we're big fans of Cassandra. Also watch our video on that. We made a whole video of Cassandra.
She's great.
Appreciation.
Caitlyn has so much that comes from her mom.
And actually, like, what's funny, like, we talked about all the things how we liked about her in that video. And then after it, I talked to my mom who's seen the show. And she was like, oh, I knew that she was a good person right away because she was paying for Jace's academic studies. And I was like, oh, that's true. Like, she was there supporting Jace. Yep. So that's another thing that we didn't mention in that. But yeah, we freaking love some Cassandra Securman. and I think it would be really hard. But I do think that it's like a trope that I've seen definitely in other like fantasy and urban fantasy stories. Like if you look at Buffy, if the show Buffy, like her character, like her mom was very present and very supportive of her, and then once her mom died, like she had to kind of step more into her own power. And so I could see how, like, Caitlin's mom is, like, really supportive of her.
Oh, yeah.
And if Caitlin's mom is not around anymore, then it would be a reason for Caitlin to kind of step more into a leadership role and try to do something even more.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. I'm just really hoping they don't.
Yeah,
it's like, the
enough.
leadership, Caitlin, yes. Cassandra dying. You can be a leadership and not have her die, right?
Yeah.
You can, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I just think about with the ending and just the like where Mel is, where Cassandra is, and I'm just like, oh girl.
Yeah.
You're closer than I thought you were.
Exactly.
But you are right, it would empower Caitlin. But oh man, that's such a popular trope, as you mentioned with Buffy, and there's other things where they just like kill the really powerful parent figure, and then the person just like steps in this role, and you're just like, oh man, come on.
If you think about it, She-Ra, Glimmer's mom.
Oh no, I don't want to think about that. That was so sad.
I know.
And I was watching it. We're watching it, and I'm just like, they're not gonna kill her off. She's amazing. And then she's like, take care of each other to a door. And I'm like, oh no, because one person has to stay behind. It won't be Nora.
Oh, yeah.
Glimmer never got to say goodbye to her mom. Oh my god, Caitlin never got to say goodbye to her.
She didn't.
They're both British actors too.
Oh gosh.
Oh wait, no, I don't think Cassandra has an accent, does she? Yeah, she does. She does.
She's like,
oh,
so you're like, Caitlin.
Oh god, I'm sorry. I completely brain blanked out for a second with the accent, but oh my gosh, there's so interesting parallel with those two. Glimmer's mom and Cassandra, as you mention it. Oh my gosh. My brain right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like empowering the daughters, but not like
I know.
Glimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I mean, she'd have Tobias, but man, like, even poor Tobias, lose his wife?
That would be tough.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I totally want to do a Glimmer's mom Cassandra video now.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, because just the comparisons of the two of them, they've got a lot of similarities. Oh. Anyway.
A lot of videos we want to make.
Yeah!
Let's not promise anything.
No, we're not promising it, but
if there's ones, like I mentioned before, if there's ones that you want to see us do, definitely let us know. And we'd also love to hear your thoughts on all of our fan theories and what we think has happened and is going to happen. Yes.
Yeah, definitely check the trailer if you haven't though. Like that, it's so short, but there's just so much to unpack, and you can hear the emotion in Caitlin and in Vi, and then you're like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
And you can hear Jinx mentioning a certain time. Oh, someone actually also mentioned too. I wanted to mention it completely off topic, but to the trailer when we were talking about like who could it be that Jinx was referring to. Someone said Echo.
Yeah,
which could
I think it's possible.
It could be Echo. Yeah, I would love to see more news, please.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add to that?
That's all from me. That covers everything. So yeah, like we said, if there's stuff you want to see us talk about, please do let us know. Yes. And until then, we'll be coming at you with more Arcane stuff, more other Sapphic related stuff. Yeah, super excited for what's to come. We're getting ready now too for AFO. So Anime Festival Orlando.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks again for watching, and we would love to keep in touch with you. So please subscribe, and we will be sending you all so much love. Until next time.
Later.